Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is TactaBros back here with another video, and this is going to be a little different video. This is going to be over the new patch notes that is coming out today, or it came out today, rather.
Hail to
and
the king, baby.
Are the rifts that opens tomorrow, Wednesday, 4/29. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So I'm just going to go over real quick, just talk about some of the new changes that they're making to the game, stuff like that and whatnot. It's just going to be a little different. I'm going to have some gameplay in the background. Yeah, and then tomorrow I'll be covering the rift challenges and stuff like that. So let's just jump right into it, and let's see what new changes they have made. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about are the features and content of the section that they released. So I'm just going to read them off line by line, kind of, and I'll put up an image of each one, each of the changes that I'm reading over, rather. And so we have, when all remaining survivors in the trial hit the struggle phase on the hook, the entity will instantly drain their remaining life bar. So you know when you get in the struggle mode, sometimes, this should be self-explanatory, but like sometimes when you get in the struggle mode, it doesn't automatically, like when you press spacebar, it doesn't automatically start the countdown until that happens. But now it's going to just, as soon as you get in struggle mode, the life bar is going down. Then they also did the repair speed debuff. So this is to try and slow down the generator progress, especially working with other teammates. So they increased it to 15% debuff when you're working with other people per person. I believe that's per person. It's up from 10%. So it was originally 10%, and now it's 15%. Great skill checks no longer give you 2% progression when you hit them, and now it's only a 1% progression. However, they do give you double the amount of blood points, so now it's an extra 150 blood points that they give you. Then we got some Mori interaction adjustments, the animations and stuff, and when they begin and charge and stuff. And then they have the change to the Legion Feral Frenzy adjustment. So now they restored Legion's ability to see scratch marks and pools of blood at the beginning of the fatigue. So that's when his Feral Frenzy expires. So when it expires, now you can see pools of blood and stuff. I guess that was something that you couldn't see beforehand. I don't have Legion, so I wouldn't know. Then they have the Emblem system, adjusted the Benevolent Emblem progression thresholds. So I don't exactly know what that entails within it. I don't know if it's the next following changes. So added additional player feedback when survivors attempt to escape by a hook by themselves. I don't know what that means. I mean, some of these things that I guess they'll pop up. I'll figure them out sooner or later. But then they have the improved controller sensitivity for controllers. If you're on PC, obviously you already have sensitivity. Then they added scoring events for interrupting survivors that are sabotaging hooks, cleansing a totem, or digging around in a jigsaw box for a key. So now this is just new things. So if you interrupt that, you get blood points. They also updated the party management visuals. I'll show that real quick. It now shows like this black faded silhouette kind of effect when you're in the main menu. Let's see what else they did. So yeah, then the archives, the new content Tomb 3, that opens up and unlocks tomorrow. I believe at 11 a.m. I can't remember the time slot exactly, but at 11 a.m. on Wednesday tomorrow. And then on the offering screen, the description of the offerings now appear at the same time the offering is revealed. So usually you had to hover over them. Now they automatically reveal themselves. So that's some of the features and contents that they have. And now I'm going to talk about some of the balances that they've implemented into the game itself. So some of the balances they made, it's mostly to maps. They did Cold Wind Farms. I will also show a picture of this while I'm talking about them. So they got Cold Wind Farms. Now you got Tormund Creek. The four different variants have been changed, or balanced rather. So now in Tormund Creek they reduced the safety of the window in the silo. Rancid Abattoir, they reduced the safety of the window in the slaughterhouse. So now they added a door to that variant, so it's like right next to it. Fractured Cowshed, they reduced the safety of the window in the cowshed. Thompson House, they added a drop down from the second floor and added a vault window. And then added safety to combine Harvester's vault, preventing a strong alternative path. Added safety to combine the... I'm not sure. Okay, so... I don't know if that's for the killers. Now they can't do that little strong path and go around, and now they actually have to go up. I'm not too sure what they mean by that. I'm guessing that's for killers. So when killers would try to, when you're vaulting that, now they actually have to go around, and they can't just do that little trick where they jump up, which I feel like is a pretty good change if that is what if that's what it means. Then so for the Mcmillan Estate, we got Cold Tower. They removed the window on the first floor of the tower. Groaning Storehouse removed the window in the storehouse, and then Ironworks of Misery reduced the safety of the window in the foundry. Now, and then they did two changes to different changes just to Autohaven Wreckers and Backwater Swamp. The first one for the former for Wretch Shop, they've removed the RNG window spawn logic in the garage and reduced window safety, and then for the latter, they have reduced the safety of the window under the shack. And then these are some of the layout tweaks that they have also done. Just going to read these off real quick. Rotten Fields, they reduced the size of the map and added more distance between maze tiles. Wretch Shop added more distance between maze tiles. Fractured Cowshed reduced the size of the map and added more distance between maze tiles. Thompson House reduced the size of the map and added more distance. Same with Wrecker's Yard, reduced the size of the map. So they've reduced the size of the map for quite a few of the variants, and they've added more distance between maze tiles. So I guess to prevent from all these strong loops appearing next to each other. And then I'm going to show some of the perk add-ons that they've done, or some of the changes they've done rather. So now Head On, they've added a visual feedback, so it indicates how soon the perk will be ready. And then Prove Thyself, that's one of the bigger changes. Since they've added the debuff from 10% to 15%, now Prove Thyself adds 15% repair speed for each survivor, up from 10%. So that's a 5% increase. And same with, they've also done another improvement to Stakeout. They've added an additional 1% progression for great skill checks because they did decrease them down to 1% from 2%. So now it's going back up to 2% if you are using Stakeout. But I mean, I feel like not that many people, I don't know. I don't know the statistics on how many, or statistics rather, how many people run Stakeout. I guess I don't know if it's a really used perk. I never see anyone use it, so I feel like they should have made a bigger additional progression, like maybe maybe 3% or 2%. So it's like a little bigger increase. I don't think a 1% bonus, because that's just basically where great skill checks already were. And sometimes when you're hitting them, sometimes you don't even get a skill check at all when you're working on a generator. So I feel like that's not really a good, additional add-on that they did, but it's okay with that. Play with your food, rewrote the description of the perk. The effects remained unchanged, so they just changed the description. And then Soul Survivor now lights up as soon as 1 token is acquired. Okay, so those are just small minor changes. The bigger changes is with Prove Thyself and Stakeout. And then they did a lot of different bug fixes and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into too much detail on those. I'm just going to kind of list a couple of them off. I'm going to put a list. I'll show up a list of them, or I will rather link the Steam store page for all this information so that you guys can find it. So that will be down in the description below of all the different bug fixes. I hope they fix that glitch that I posted the other day. That massive glitch that I saw. I've seen other people complain about it too. I haven't seen any videos on it, but I've seen other people complain about it. So some of the changes are like fix an issue that allow invite notifications to show during a game. I've actually never received that, so I can't really vouch for any of those. I can't vouch for a lot of these changes because I've guessed people have experienced them, but I haven't experienced them. The only glitch that I really experienced is the one that I posted a video on, and that's a massive glitch, I find. Because I honestly got banned for leaving a game even though I couldn't even play the entire game. So it's kind of retarded. But anyways, let's keep going. Dead Dog Saloon, they fixed the collisions so that certain rocks, they fixed the collisions on certain rocks so they can be climbed on. And then Tormont Creek fixed the camera issue that allowed the survivor to see out of the world. Rancid Abattoir. Yeah, a lot of changes. The Hillbilly fixed the blood VFX when performing a Mori. Yeah, so it's just a lot of minor different changes that I guess were affecting some people as they reported. I personally haven't seen a lot of these changes. The one big fix I hope they do, it's going to probably have to take with dedicated servers, is Dead Hard. I hope they really fix Dead Hard. I'm tired of being exhausted on the floor after clicking it. Like, it makes no sense at all. But those are most of the changes that came out in the recent patch. Like I said, this is just going to be a different quick video, a different format that I'm doing, just to show you guys what's going on and show you how all the different changes and whatnot. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll be making another video kind of like this, over the Rift challenges, or like any of the new Rift challenges, and I'll probably start doing some of those challenges myself also, making some videos on how to do some of them if you guys want to see those. And then I will also be covering the new items that are releasing in them, like some of the new cool cosmetics that I personally feel are cool, and I'll talk about whether or not I think the premium pass is worth it. I'll probably still buy it because I want those cosmetics, but anyway, I'll tell you guys whether I think it's worth it or not, whether that matters. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys again for tuning into the entire video. If you stayed this long, it means a lot. Like I said, I'll have a link in the description for all these changes if you want to see them down below. And if you're a new viewer, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be making some nice juicy content soon, some ape content, some peak content rather. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces, my friends.